mark. And it's Stewart with the rebound. But it's taken away by Johnson. The sky hook layup goes.
The 20 points off turnovers did the Seattle Storm have 2 nights ago. Guess what? They got 2 real quick. And New York's got to be very mindful of live ball turnovers against this Seattle team.
Here's Jones for 3 for the Liberty. Doesn't go. It's offensive rebound to Ionescu. Now Stewart. Ionescu. That one's off the mark. Jones with the rebound. Stewart will try. That one doesn't go. It will stay with New York. That's an effort type of possession for New York. Multiple offensive rebounds.
Well, that's something Sonia Rahman talked about, right? Second chance points. We have to limit those. So both teams right now, got to tighten some things up.
Here's Allen, 8 on the shot clock for the Liberty. Stewart to Astier with 4 seconds. Astier attacking. The drop off to Allen, sees multiple bodies, and the length disrupts her. Up the floor is Heidemann. Over to Johnson. Inside to Malunga, going against Stewart. Too strong on that one. Here's Stewart around the horn. It's Beck Allen in the corner. Knocks it down.
And that right there is what makes New York so special. How many stars gave up that pass for a better shot, and that unselfishness absolutely required to make a push here for the Liberty.
Heidemann probing. Magbagor now attacking. Gets to the hoop, denied by Jones. And it's Ionescu up the floor to Allen. Doesn't even put the ball on the floor and gets the finish. Early 5-2 lead here for the Liberty. Magbagor off the roll. Pick and pop is good. Off the kick, here's Stewart for 3. Johnson with the rebound, and the Storm are pushing. Johnson stops on a dime in transition, calls her number. It's rebounded by Jones.
I don't mind that shot, though, right? Like, you've got to keep the defense honest.
Jones goes to Stewie. What a find and finish! Melbourne directing traffic, 12 on the shot clock now. Here's Heidemann, 6 on the shot clock. Heidemann attacking, gets into the paint. Too strong on the lay-in, loose ball. And they're gonna say it'll stay with Seattle.
Well, activity without the ball in your hands, something so important for New York, and spacing, trying to work through all this offense. John Gwell and Stewie, like, they're gonna figure it out, and that's just a nice connection between 2 vets.
A miscue there by Seattle on the inbound. Astier quickly down the floor, drops it off to Jones, collects herself and lays it up and in. And Sonia Rahman wants a timeout as it's a 5-point Liberty lead.
If JJ and Stewie continue to click right alongside her.
Teresa, great stuff, especially when you think of how good Sabrina is, and she's able to take that step back. Here's Heidemann out of the timeout. Magbagor in the corner, but a whistle. They're going to wave off the bucket, and they're going to call it
Liberty foul charge number 18, Pauline Astier.
On Pauline Astier. And Liberty with a 5-point lead here, Amy. 4 assists on 4 field goals by 4 different players.
Ball movement, and that's something Chris DeMarco told us is a big reason here. 5 wins in the last 6 games.
Here's Johnson on the offensive board off the miss from Samuelson. Spins, hangs, does not get the finish. That was a pretty move by the rookie. Ionescu working off the JJ screen, attacking on the bounce to Stewart. Extra one, Jones, one more. Allen, the triple. Connect!
But that entire look look is set up from Sabrina getting into the paint and making a great pass. Like the vision of her to get that ball and really get defense out of rotation. Very early, you've seen the Liberty make that extra pass around the horn. And I mean, they're rhythm shots. So yes, they hit a lot of them, but they're nice shots.
Heidemann triple to answer, can't. The Liberty currently on a 7-0 run. Here's Astia trying to extend it. Count. Backdoor cut. Here's Samuelson. Stops the drought. That was a much-needed bucket.
Well, yes, you need the points, but now Seattle needs to get back and set their defense up because they're having a very hard time communicating in transition. This is where you sit down and you've got to get stats. They've been able to shoot their way back into games, but at some point that's not going to work.
Jones attacking Malunga. Gets the body contact and the finish. I like the fact the officials let the bigs play big basketball.
Amen.
Johnson, the reverse layup doesn't go, but it's Awafam into the game on the follow. Couldn't get it to go. Ionescu. Stewart. On the shot clock here for the Liberty. Ionescu, the step back over Fam. Doesn't go as Malunga comes up with the rebound.
But the key there was over Fam. Who does that? I mean, at her size extended, but Sabrina can.
Heidemann inside. Doesn't go, left it short. It's John Paul Jones on the rebound. Stewart wants to push. Attacking Malunga into the body. What a finish! What a finish! And Coach Rahman, another timeout. It is a 21-6 Liberty lead at Las Vegas at the end of June. 13 points. Well, Amy, she is 13 already in this one. Jade Melvin back into the game. Katie Lou in the corner. That one's short. Awafam with the rebound. Back to a cut to Samuelson. Lays it up and in.
And those are big wins for Seattle. Out of the timeout, some execution. Stacking good possessions. That's how they get their way back in here.
Rebecca Gardner and Han Shu into the ball game here for the Liberty. Trying to get the post up. Here's Han Shu. Going against Katie Lou. She gets the hook shot. Going old school, Amy.
You know I love club posts. That's a little too easy, right? I mean, just catching the ball 2 feet from the rim and muscle memory.
Melvin attacking. A 23-10 lead here early on. 3 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Teresa Foster-Brasby, Amy Audibert, Megan McPeak with you. Melvin able to disrupt that in transition. Lays it up and in. And Chris DeMarco is not going to allow this. Quick timeout for Chris DeMarco after the steal and lay-in from Jade Melvin.
It was a 6-2 Seattle run in 1 minute and 5 seconds, and now you're getting full court pressure because we talk about the calling card off being the offense for New York. Well, it's the defense for Seattle, so they're getting really scrappy.
Fam pushing the other way here off the miss. In the corner. Now up to Fam. Dolson trying to get the post up, but it's taken away by Gardner as Ionescu goes the other way. Johannes, the lob for Stewie. A little tip on the playground. 25-12 lead here for the Liberty. Melvin, 25-14 lead with the lay-in. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Ionescu works off Stewart. The floater runner does not go. She's looking for the whistle. Melvin. Step back three. Doesn't go. Johannes the rebound. Over to Han Shu. Gardner in the quarter. And it's rebounded by Dolson. Anytime the ball is in the hands of Maureen Johannes in transition, you have to be ready.
Yeah. Absolutely. Or for her to, by the way, pass or shoot.
Fam the three. That's off the mark. Loose ball collected. Cook with it. Out to Samuelson. 8 on the shot clock here for the Storm. Fam inside. Hangs. Too strong off the window. Under a minute to go here in the quarter.
And a reaction of frustration from Pham.
And Stewart carved up the defense and a whistle. And Chris DeMarco trying to cut down on that run by the Storm. Here's more from Tarika.
Yeah, one thing Chris DeMarco stressed before this game was not allowing Seattle to string together momentums. He told us that this team has been guilty at times of getting a little too relaxed early and letting opponents climb back in late. So the last time out really wasn't about possessions. It was really about reinforcing that standard, that the Liberty stayed in control before Seattle had a chance to make a run for it.
And it's such a challenge for a first-year head coach when you're coming into a team that is the New York Liberty, right? When you look at the accomplishments and the roster, yet you are the head coach. And so when do you kind of get a bit more vocal? When do you take a step back and say, hey, you guys want to win? And so there is a challenge. This Liberty team has faced a lot of scrutiny early with their record and the way things have gone. But it's how you finish, not how you start.
Cook able to get that. Marie Fatou into the ball game. Here's Stewart working off the screen. Honshu off the pump fake, lays it up, doesn't get the finish, but they're going to get a whistle, and Honshu will head to the free throw line. How about the 6'11" with the footwork?
Yeah, 6'11", beating you off the bounce from the perimeter.
27-16 lead for the Liberty. On the shot clock now for the Storm. Melvin works off Dolson, 6 seconds. Back to Dolson. Here's Cook, pump fake, attacking, 2-foot hop, doesn't go. Fatou with the rebound, lets it fly. And too strong at the end of the first quarter.
He needs tonight, I can help. And by the way, you talked about her defense a lot more than her offense. Her IQ defensively and what she brings and their switchability when she's on the court. So it's a big dynamic for the Liberty and Beck Allen.
An 11-point lead after one for the Liberty. They led by 10 after one on Monday. The only lead for the Storm was 2-0 early. Honshu off the pump fake, misses that one. Jonquel Jones fighting for that rebound. No look from Johannes to Fatou. Does not go. Jones again. And it's Dolson with the pickup. Magbagor able to get the lay.
Well, that's got to be it. Moving your feet when Honshu's on you, off-ball cut, take her high, bring her low. That's the smart play there from Ezzy.
27-18 lead here, just a minute gone by in the second quarter. Fatou off the screen, kicks it. Gardner attacking. Off 1 foot, doesn't go, but it's Jones. Again on the offensive glass, will go to the free throw line.
Early work against Jonquel, the reigning all-star MVP. Add that to the list. But look at the seal and then the way she puts herself in position to grab the offensive glass. This is the vet who knows how to use her body around the rim, and a much smaller player on her helps too. You have to love the All-Star Weekend for Jonquel, though, who has given so much to this game, who has been such a big piece of this league for so many years, and I mean has won every possible MVP that you can, and you have to love it for her.
Pretty dang good.
I'd say.
8 rebounds through almost 12 minutes of play. 4 on the offensive end.
That's a lot of effort. That's sprinting, rim to rim, getting yourself in position, and it's great for Jonquel, but if I'm Seattle, I'm not happy with that either.
Magbagor answers with a 3, and that was another necessary bucket. Ezzy Magbagor giving some spark off the bench.
And here Seattle goes again. Like, it's an 8-point game. And just when you kind of felt like it wasn't going to be a close night, they're right back in it. But can you sit down and get this stop right here?
That was Seattle's first 3. Turnover there, it's Horston pushing. Cook trying to turn into an extra gear. Denied by Jones. A 3-on-3. Fatou working off Jones. Allen had the 10 points in the first quarter, met by Magbagor. A little Aussie on Aussie action there.
Well, JJ is listening to Megan talk about rebounding, and so let me give you something else to talk about. Here's a big block. You appreciate the fast break intention, but that's not a great take there. You've got a great rim protector at 6'6" with space running right into you. I mean, that's just an easy track and swat. But how about on the other end, Beck Allen getting into the rim? Why? Because the defense is stretched. They're in sticker coverage on certain players, which means they're not pulling off, and so that creates a lot of room, a lot of paint for Beck Allen to get in there.
31-21 lead here for the Liberty. 7:42 to play in this first half. Magbagor working on Honshu, and they're going to get a whistle on Hon. Dom Malunga will return to the ball game. Nice minutes from Dolson to give Dom a nice little break there.
I think we're all waiting for the big three to be out there, Ezzy and Dom and Awa, but talk to Sonia Rahman about that. I mean, yes, I'm selfish. I want to see it, but I understand, like she said, listen, Ezzy's in her 7th game back. They need reps together. Someone's going to have to slide out from the perimeter, so we want to make sure everyone's comfortable. But when those three are on the court together, that ball not going to be popping around on the other end so easy.
Yes, Bam Habo for 2. The finish, the foul, and she had a chance for one more.
They're taking the lane, getting into the paint with the strong finish, double clutch underneath another player. And this is what you need from, if you want to call them role players, around the big stars with this Liberty team. They have to be aggressive, willing to make plays like that to help take pressure off of everybody else. But Fotu to me is this, she's kind of one of an X-Factor type player for New York because she's capable of showing you that look consistently.
Malunga, if that's going to be what you're going to get out of Dom Malunga, watch out.
She's like, Coach, I'm comfortable on the perimeter. Let's go.
Bring out Awa.
Yeah, bring her.
Here's Allen attacking. Put it right into the pocket of Malunga, but it's a loose ball on the ground. They're going to say it will stay with the Liberty. Heidemann and Johnson back into the ball game for the Storm.
But even Horston out there, she's a really big guard. I mean, their potential with the length in which they can play. I mean, Flage's a very long guard. They might be one of the longer teams in this league when they're all healthy out there.
Gardner attacking off the screen, kicks it. Fotu able to save it. 10 on the shot clock now. Honshu for 3. That's off the mark. You can tell that she has just become beloved by this crowd.
They wanted that one bad.
Horston goes to Magbagor. A whistle before the shot.
Well, it's a smart foul because on the switch coverage, as he was getting right into the rim, potentially an and one, so you take away that shooting opportunity at side out of bounds.
Heidemann over to Malunga, trying to get it inside. Attacking Malunga off the window, count the bucket, and Dom's gonna get a chance for one more.
Yeah, there it is, in space, Dom Malunga, and that's her teammates as he's trying to evacuate out of the paint to give her room. Look at how she carved, like she got in front of JJ, got her body in front of her, and then just made a tough finish. I mean, look at her hanging in the air, floating out of bounds, arm extended. This is just, there's not too many players on the planet that can contest that. I mean, her size, but her strength and her speed, her length, all of it, putting it all together. And then Megan, we're in shoot-around this morning, and you hear a lot about how her work ethic is, how bad she wants to win. She wants Seattle to raise #5. She wants to be a part of that. So yes, the physical skill and all that's there, but then you also have the shoulders up, the attitude, the willingness to embrace the work, and that's why I think she's probably one of the more talked about young players in this association.
Malonga has the last 6 points for Seattle. Here's Stewart inside, doesn't go. Malonga with the rebound. Johnson over to Magbagor, attacking. Got her own rebound off the miss. Horston. 10 on the shot clock. Johnson attacking, spins off Ionescu, kicks it. Malonga, the three. Doesn't go as John Paul Jones pulling down the rebound, number 10. Fotu almost has it taken away. Here's Allen working off the big screen from Jones. Extra one to Stewart. Jonquel behind the three-point line. Doesn't go. Loose ball, and it's Malonga. 34-27. Seattle trying to make a push here. Heidemann. Long two. In range.
They take the mini. Kids at home. Listen, I know the analytics people are saying, maybe be quiet. But the mini's all right sometimes. How about Seattle defensively, though? Like, they've only given up 1 assist to those 9 in the first quarter from New York. They've chopped things up defensively. They're back in the game. Yes, they're hitting some shots, but it's starting on the defensive end.
Floor, and their defense has forced the Liberty to just 1 of 8 from the floor.
And by the way, all 5 of those shots have been assisted, and so it's solid offense.
An 8-0 Storm run currently. The last time they led, and the only time they've led in Monday night's game and tonight was when they led 2-0 tonight.
But even that defensive presence right there kind of forces that, just like now they've got a Liberty offense a little on their heels, like shooting gaps, getting into airspace.
0.9 on the clock. Stewart had to chuck it, and it'll be a shot clock violation for Seattle and their defense.
What a great out of timeout defensive look for the Storm. And that's why you scratch your head when you look at the first quarter. Where was this team to start the game? And if this team shows up to start every game, maybe you got a couple more than 6 wins, and they're going to be patient with this group and understanding. But you also go like, listen, why wait?
5th turnover by the Liberty in this one, and a whistle. And you mentioned, you know, the 6 wins. A lot of that also, too, you've got to keep in mind, as you mentioned in the open, this is just Ezi Magbagor's 7th game in the lineup. She missed the first 20 games with that foot injury and rehabbing to return to play. Comes back and then has the facial fracture. Here's Malonga, too strong on the lay-in attempt. Jones pushing. Jones going right downhill. Malonga the rebound. So some big-to-big action on the boards. Heidemann split the defense, can't get the finish. Now it's Stewart on the rebound. Ionescu. And Sabrina Ionescu will head to the free throw line.
I mean, the track meet right now.
It was.
We're sprinting.
It felt like we were watching
Rim to
tennis.
rim, yeah. Come on now. Sabrina's like, let me get to the free throw line.
Left, right.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I enjoy it more than you, because you got to talk and you got to get some oxygen. I'm just sitting here watching it all unfold.
Three-point line to three-point line. That's when I take my breath break, when it gets to a pace in transition. Inside to Stewart. Little big-to-big, 2-player game. Melbourne to Pham on the roll. Nice find and finish.
And within seconds, that's the response.
7-point lead here for the Liberty. Astier back into the ballgame. Johannes, the NOLA, ends up with Stewart. The inverted pick and roll. Astier down low. Gets it off the window.
But to your point, Megan, Stewie's comfortable to handle the ball, and so another dynamic. There's so many options for this New York offense.
Johnson works off Malonga, goes to her on the lob, collects, and finishes. That is great patience.
Yeah, I mean, at 20 years old, and you have a 6'11" defender at the rim, and so to take your patience, but then also like one-hand scoop it. Wow.
Stewart ends up with a loose ball, gets the lay-in. Back to a 9-point lead. Melvin probing. Nice hesitation. Too strong, though, on the layup. Ionescu up the floor. Johannes. But she has had many conversations with this very young team, Sue Bird, that is, Sonia Rahman telling us, and just the ebbs and flows of how things get done, because it wasn't always championship titles in Champaign as Awa Pham hits from distance for Sue Bird.
I was going to tell you, but as you're saying that, that's why. You see what Awa just did? Like, that is insane. These are young players, and Sonia Rahman told us this morning that those banners, they have voices.
Shu has a voice from distance. The bigs are getting active, Amy. Yeah. I know you like
could do it too. We could do it too. These high pockets. Who's blocking these shots?
Malonga off 1 foot. Gets the bounce. Astier, low cross. Under a minute to go here in the half. Ionescu attacking, blocked from Malunga. Rajai Johnson on the bounce. Dom spins and finishes. That is footwork.
I mean, block, sprints to the rim, in traffic, collects the ball and finishes. Come on now.
Malunga has 12 points all here in the second quarter. Stewart on Shu off the pump fake, attacking floater. Too strong, fighting for the loose ball. Pham able to collect.
And then he's telling Jade, slow it down for a sec.
Shot clock and game clock nearly identical. About a 0.8-second difference. Here's Malunga, lines it up, knocks it down. 3.7 here for the Liberty. Gardner pushing, lets it fly. What a finish here at that.
When this offense is clicking on all cylinders, you're able to have so many different threats on the floor. But Rebecca Allen, one thing about her shot, she's shot ready. She gets her footwork, she squares up her shoulders, she knows how to push the ball up the floor. She's so good at just being able to make reads. And when they're taking her off the
to be aggressive, they need her to be aggressive. That is a responsibility and an accountability for Dom Malonga to come out and assert herself very early and often into basketball games.
Part of those 15 was the 7-0 run to end the half for the Storm. That was all Malonga. 5 on the shot clock. 2 seconds into Malunga, off 1 foot. How about that?
It looks so easy too, and I mean that's end of shot clock. No pressure.
Astier. Now Stewart around the horn. Jones looking for an outlet. Stewart knocks it down from distance.
And a continuation from our halftime right there, those two players getting it done.
Here's Johnson. Johnson probing, attacking Jones, left it short. Astier with the rebound and pushing for the Liberty. Over to Stewart, extra one to Ionescu in the corner. Doesn't go. Magbagor is there for the rebound for the Storm. Magbagor now pushing, attacking, and a whistle. They're going to give that one to Ionescu.
Sonia Rahman wants to run defense to offense. She wants to run a system where all 5 players are sprinting out and getting in transition. Why? Because your 4s and 5s are comfortable catching the ball from outside of the 3-point line, on the move, putting the rock on the deck and getting into the rim. That's what Ezzy just did right there. And so when you get buy-in and you get connectivity and you get those rhythm through reps, that's why everyone's excited for this Storm team right here.
I imagine both Sonia Rahman and Chris DeMarco want to look to find out how they can respectfully get a Sabrina Ionescu going and a Flau'jae Johnson going. Both only 2 points in this one.
I mean, Sabrina 0 for 6. At halftime on Monday, she had 15 points in 16 minutes, so you knew she was going to have a lot of attention. Flage's only taken 5 shots herself.
Ionescu goes to Stewart on the pocket pass. Jumper doesn't go. Here's Johnson attacking, dribbles it off the foot, but it's Magregor. Heidemann, drop off to Malunga. They're gonna go to whoever's got it going right now, and it's been Dom Malunga.
Yeah, the extra pass and patience, though. I mean, that ball kind of moved all over the court into the paint touch.
3-point lead here for the Liberty. Astier attacking, kicks it. Allen had a hot start to the ball game. Baseline jumper doesn't go. Heidemann. Seattle can tie with a 3 on this possession. Melvin attacking, counting the bucket. They're gonna make her earn it the hard way.
Still opportunity for 3, my gosh. The guards for Seattle are so explosive, and look at the lane that's carved out. Jade Melvin is so tough. I mean, she takes the hit, starts with the left, back into the right, as she's falling to the ground. And Megan, let's not forget, Jade Melvin, for 2 seasons, was the youngest player in the W. You forget that she is actually so young herself. She's not very old. She's 23 years old, but she's in her 4th season. Now she's in a little bit more of a mentor role for these young players, but she understands so recently what it was like to be that too. So leadership by example there from Melvin.
High ball game at 50. Ionescu. 5 on the shot clock here. Inside to Jones. Going at Malunga. Able to get the lay-in.
It's like, let me teach you something. You're gonna let me catch the ball with my head under the hoop. My gosh.
Johnson, step back 3. Doesn't get the bounce. Stewart with the rebound. Over to Jones. Rises from 3. Melvin and Astier were fighting for the rebound, and it'll be whistled on Melvin. You see that note, 15 points. They trailed 23-8. They have since outscored the Liberty 42-29.
It's not just glimpses of what they can be. That's what Coach Rahman told us. It's segments. We see it's not just a little bit here and there. They are actually put together these pretty nice runs that are solid enough. But in this league, it's not good enough to win games, right? You get more consistency.
Ionescu count the bucket. She's gonna get 1 more at the free throw line. She worked for that bucket.
That's on Flage. That's not an easy player to beat off the bounce. Takes a lot of contact up top. And I heard Tarika tell us about Sabrina just her last 9 games and she's been incredible. But it's been a positive problem, if you will, for Chris DeMarco and his staff, because let's not forget, we all know Sabrina did not start the season off. With the team, she was not healthy, she had injury. But she's so unselfish that they have to also create opportunities for her too.
I missed 12 games due to multiple different injuries. Baum for 3. Malunga offensive board, left it short, got her own rebound, opposite side with the finish. Stewart. 10 on the shot clock here for the Liberty. Stewart, foul line jumper. Doesn't go. Heidemann got Beck Allen on that box out. It ends up with Johnson. Johnson works off Malunga. Heidemann off the between the legs. Misses the finish though.
I mean, 1 for 7 is Letitia Heidemann. She is not having a great shooting night. But the box out you mentioned, those are plays that win games there. And 1 for 7, I know you don't love it, but to soften the blow a little bit, you're playing alongside players like this right here in Don Malunga, and so there's not always pressure every single night for Natisha to have to score, to have great nights. She's got other teammates that can make some things happen too.
21 points on the evening for Dawn Malunga. Tarika, you have more.
Yeah, she's really gone from a promising young prospect to an emerging star here in just her second season. You guys earlier talked about her dunk in an All-Star game, but she was also the youngest player in All-Star history to record a double-double. And Coach Rahman gives her credit not only to the Storm staff that helped her develop last year, but to Malunga for her off-season work. She said she worked hard with the team, she developed as well and unrivaled, and she says what we're seeing now is a combination of that work and confidence. All she needs to hear to keep her motivated is "we need you." Megan?
Ionescu has erupted here in the third quarter. She has the last 8 Liberty points, and they have an 8-point lead. Heidemann gets it back from Pham. 10 on the shot clock here for the Storm. The double comes. Heidemann turns it over. Stewart with Heidemann to beat, lays it up and in. And Coach Rahman wants a timeout.
The Liberty, they have 20 assists on 23 of their made shots tonight. And I mean, Sabrina can score, but she's also able to facilitate hockey assists from her too.
Here's Pham out of the timeout, knocks it down. They have been so successful, whether it is offensively or defensively, out of the timeout.
Yeah, that is a huge plus for a young team.
It was a tie game at 50, and then the Liberty went on a 12-2 run, which prompted the timeout from Sonia Rahman. And that's how you learn and grow as a young team as the season goes on, how you respond to those runs.
Absolutely, but talking to Ezzy this morning, she said we can't always wait for the timeout. That's going to be a huge step forward, is learning how to do that ourselves. And there's an unfortunate turnover for Seattle because intention's right, the cuts there, just lack of execution. Look at Awafa playing at the top. Like defensively, she is up there pressuring the ball at the top. That is so special at her size.
Jones gets it back from Astier. 10 on the shot clock here for the Liberty. Ionescu's had a hot third quarter. Into the body of Melvin. Held the bucket and add 2 more for Sabrina Ionescu.
Either player willing to relent space. Watch the amount of the bumping and the physicality, right? Like, I mean, Jade is challenging with her chest, challenging with her body, and Sabrina's able to take the final little hit and finish the shot. But there's just 2 relentless, ruthless hoopers going at it right there.
Ionescu completes the 3-point play. 11 in the quarter for Sabrina. Only had 2 in the ball game prior. A whistle. They're going to get Beck Allen. So it will be side out of bounds here for Seattle. 10-point lead here with 3:23 to play in the third quarter. Liberty with the lead. Malunga to Pham for 3. Connects from distance.
What are you giggling at over there? Look at those 2 out there. Come on.
Whether it's Dom, Ezzy, or Awa, Coach, you just turn and look when something happens. It's funny.
Coach, they're comfortable on the perimeter. Throw all 3 out. Come on now. I'm just kidding.
We're waiting for it.
Yeah, we're not the only ones.
Ionescu with a pretty find to Stewart for the finish. Here's Melvin attacking. Gets right downhill, lays it up and in.
It's a nice take and drive, but that's where you expect a little more from the Liberty. Like defensively, that's a little too easy. When you look at time and score in this game, right? Like where's your defensive communication and intensity, your lockdown? The facilitator right here. Look at Sabrina. Oh, I mean, clearly those 2 are so connected, but this stuff's never gonna get old. Look at the little space, the tight windows. You live in New York City, you better get used to not having a lot of real estate and room to operate.
And it's to the point of Chris DeMarco before the game telling us just how much of a luxury Brianna Stewart is because of the work that she puts in off the floor that allows her to be able to play the way she does on the floor. And those cuts are so important to the real estate, as you mentioned, because it is so limited.
Yeah, timing. He wants that ball moving. He wants everyone to play free and have fun. It helps when you have these future Hall of Famers.
Honshu returning along with Maureen Johannes and Rebecca Gardner.
And maybe the two head coaches, when you look at them, it's such an interesting matchup when you look at the situations, right? I mean, Sonia Rollins brought into this young team, this young program where, yes, they want to win, understanding expectation. They don't want to wait too long to raise 5, but they know it's a process. And then Krista Marco walks into a team that expects a championship right now. And so it's certainly like totally different expectations.
Malunga off the pocket pass, finish, foul, one more at the free throw line. A great find by Jade Melvin.
It's like that little 45-degree angle cut too, almost, where she's able, like, the momentum, then she's so comfortable going up there with one hand, and it's a quick little hit up top and dive down. The timing has to be perfect because you're operating around 6'11". That's a beautiful two-player action.
How about that? You saw, didn't score in the first quarter. Since then, 23 points. Katie Lou Samuelson is down and grabbing at her right knee after that rebound. She's up on her feet, slowly trying to get back. Honshu for 3, that's well off the mark. As Katie Lou was not looking to get subbed out, but is now.
Yeah, it's definitely an awkward fall.
Was there also maybe need any contact from Sabrina, incidentally?
I mean, I'm sure there was a little. I'm not sure. You just hope she's all right. And Katie Lou, let's not forget, missed some time with an ACL tear. She's also missed a season from maternity. Like, she's tough.
Steph Dolson, Jordan Horston into the ball game. Under 2 minutes, Zach Cook attacking. Left it too strong on that one. Ionescu pushing and surveying. And Katie Lou went right to the locker room for Seattle. If we get an update, we'll let you know. Ionescu attacking, calls her own number once again. Doesn't get the finish on that one. It's Pham on the rebound. Here's Melvin. Turns it into an extra gear, just lost the handle on that. Loose ball ends up with Ionescu. Up the floor, it's Gardner. Backdoor cut to Johannes. And a miscue as they're going to get a backcourt violation.
And that's that perfect example because that offensive possession looked like it was starting really nice. The ball was moving, there wasn't a hesitation, and then there's an extra pass to the 45. And Honshu the ball got stuck a little bit, and then it completely fell apart, right? So it's kind of where they're still trying to figure things out and get through some stuff. Yes, you credit the defense from Seattle. However, when you want to win and you're expecting championships, those are the types of things you have to continue to work out quick, fast, in any hurry.
Stewart got the deflection. It will stay with Seattle. They'll have 11 on the shot clock. Here's Melvin with 8 seconds. Melvin attacking Stewart. Goes high off the window, too strong. Horston was there for the offensive rebound, and they'll get a whistle. So Jordan Horston will head to the free throw line as Liberty are in the penalty.
Another piece of their puzzle, 6'2", guard forward in Horston. Her ability to play multiple positions and do different things out there. That time off ball, the quick tip, and getting to the free throw line because of it.
We'll take a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule. Following us, it'll be Chicago hosting the Sparks. Tomorrow on Prime, Vegas at Indy, LA at Minnesota, and then Friday on Ion, the juggernaut that will be the Battle of the Bruises in Washington with Atlanta, and then Dallas hosting Golden State. For more on these games, go to WNBA.com or the WNBA app. Off the mark was Fotu.
Did you see the box out there from Jade Melvin? Was I the only one that saw that? That was insane. He had a Hanshu on her back and didn't lose.
Clear space.
Oh my gosh.
We littles are taught how to box out.
That's about as tough as you can get.
Cook attacking, floater, doesn't go. A whistle though. I think they're gonna give that one to Stewart.
And the offense is where New York has said, well, this is where we're going to operate here, and we're going to have to outscore teams. But defensively, there are going to be possessions in games and in key games where you just have to get them to finish in your favor. And communication, all those things are so important. It's tough, right? Because I think at this point in the season, like, how are you going to win a game? And the most important thing for New York is to win games right now. It is the parity in this league. Sitting in 7th, it is just crazy. So they've got to win, but then you've got to sharpen up defensively.
At the end of the quarter, Stewart was looking for contact. Did not get it as on Monday. And that one was a good one. This one is tuning up to be a good one. It's a 4-point ball game to start this 4th quarter. Cook, 6 on the shot clock for Seattle. Off 1 foot, hanging, too strong. Jonquel Jones with rebound number 12. Ten on the shot clock now for the Liberty. Jones attacking. Count the bucket. Jonquel Jones has herself a double-double.
When it's simple basketball, you're putting Jonquel at the elbow with isolation. I mean, tons of space to operate. How many times have we seen that from her, right? Where she's just putting the ball on the deck, getting to the opposite block and finishing strong. She had a very big and one early on Monday night that looked the exact same. And so give her the ball and spread out. And so when you need a bucket and you're the New York Liberty, I mean, look at the options on that team that they have.
12th double-double of the season for Jones. It's a 72-65 Liberty lead. Heidemann, deflected by Johannes. Up the floor, Cook takes it away. Cook spins, kicks it. Dolson for 3. Off the mark. Jonquel Jones has been an absolute terror on the glass. Jones, step back, lets it fly. Gets the home grown bounce. Here's Cook, 10 on the shot clock now for Seattle. Cook in the paint, doesn't go. Kick out, Magbagor lets it fly. That one doesn't go. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll be Liberty basketball as they take a 10-point lead.
Jonquel Jones needs to touch the ball on this possession. Remember, she had the and one from the elbow. The next possession down, now she faces you up and you're gapping her because she just beat you off the bounce, right? I mean, rise and fire when she sees airspace because that's a big part of her game too. She's one of the best three-point shooting 4s, 5s that this game has ever seen. I mean, she's right up there with Lauren Jackson with her numbers and ability to knock down that shot, and so that's what makes her so dangerous. Here she goes again.
Has the first 6 points here in the quarter for the Liberty. Johannes doesn't go. And how about Pauline Astier was there for the cookie pickup. Run right now for the Liberty. 12-point lead. Magbagor attacking. Too strong. Malonga offensive finish and follow.
Such a stabilizing possession for Seattle. It looks again like, uh-oh, New York's about to bust this one open. And
Astier attacking, drops that in.
Liberty 79-67.
Johnson. Malunga attacking her French teammate.
Just give her the ball and get out of her way. I mean, that's who she's becoming.
Forced in a little too aggressive defensively.
And I mean, listen, she's got the size advantage over Johannes, and so then it becomes a matter of getting to your spot and getting into your release. I mean, Flau'jae Johnson, I will say, I mean, she's having a quiet night. In the 2 games against New York earlier this season, a 25-point game, 28-point game. So they've done an excellent job really trying to challenge things, make things tough for Flau'jae.
UNESCO and Stewart back into the ball game here. Jones in the corner. That's off the mark. And Tarika, you have an injury update from Seattle.
Yes, unfortunately, Katie Lou Samuelson will not be returning in this matchup. She sustained an injury to her right knee, so as of now, they're going to keep her out for the remainder of this matchup.
Tarika, thank you so much. We wish Katie Lou well in this situation. As Amy mentioned, returned from injury this season. Has been really great for them off the bench. Went down in that 3rd quarter. Stewart trying to get the contact. They're going to get a shot clock violation off the inbound.
I don't think Coach liked it. I think he thought that should have been a foul. Right. Not quite what he said, but something close to that.
You cleaned it up. 10-point ball game here. Just under 6.5 to play in the 4th. Belden, that hesitation gave her the space needed to get the finish.
Man, the monster block from Jade defensively, and then the power finish.
Stewart, the big-to-big action for the Liberty. Malunga attacking, kicks it, deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Seattle.
Probably wants to get out there and get some reps up with this young group and their potential at some point. And
Johnson with the steal, able to finish in transition.
And hanging around are the Seattle Storm.
Deflection. Heidemann comes up with a loose ball. On the shot clock now for the Storm. Johnson kicks it to Melvin. Astier got hit in the face on that connection. Here's Pham. Pham attacking. Sidestep. Hits it. It looked like a travel, but that looked pretty clean.
Like a rainbow. I mean, the rotation on that ball is just so smooth.
The footwork was too nice.
Yeah. It's like the whole package for such a young player, but she's been a pro player for so long. You can't dismiss that.
Ionescu can't answer. Rebounded by Malunga. It's a 6-point lead now for the Liberty. 4.5 to play. Melvin turning the corner, gets downhill. It's rebounded by Jones, and it's Fotu the other way. As Astier dribbles it off of her foot.
But Jade Melvin's frustrated, but she turned her body a little bit. And so whether it was a foul or not, she probably didn't get it, I think, just because of the way she turned. But the fact that that lane is that wide open is a big concern for the New York Liberty.
12th turnover of the ball game for the Liberty. Pham off the pass fake, pull-up jumper. Rebounded by Stewart. Her 8th or 7th rebound of the ball game, and
that's why they don't go away.
Ionescu into the body of Johnson. Gets her own rebound. It did not hit the rim, so there's no reset. Now with 5 seconds for New York. Here's Stewart, 2 seconds. Stewart lets it fly and cashes it home.
Oh, I mean, I don't know how you defend that any better.
Malunga attacking, lays it up and in. Inside to Stewart, a whistle.
We got 3:12 remaining, and you look at Stewie and Malunga, and the battle between those two right now is so exciting. It's so fun. First of all, just when you look at the resumes and you look at the situation of both of those women, man, they're out there playing.
Here's Stewart, guarded by Pham. Little pass fake, gets it to go. When it's time to close, you got to go to your closer. Right now, they're going to Stewart. Here's Pham to answer. Rebounded by Jones. Fotu, kick back to Jones, lets it fly. Doesn't go. Fotu, big rebound here. Ionescu now with it. 8 on the shot clock for New York. Ionescu, that's off the mark. And they're gonna say it'll be Storm basketball.
Well, the value on this possession for Seattle offensively, you kind of feel like you need something. This cannot be an empty possession, and so what they go to, we'll find out real quick.
Malunga attacking, got Jonquel Jones in the air, just couldn't get the finish. Stewart with the rebound.
But what they went to was Dom, and they gave her space, and she got right into the paint where she wanted.
Under 2 to go here in the fourth. 85-77 Liberty lead. Astier kicks it, one more. Fotu in the corner. Melvin.
How many times tonight have we seen Liberty make that extra pass around the horn? I mean, they really are connected offensively. While they haven't shot the 3 ball exceptional tonight, right? 7 for 29, they've had some really nice looks. And the timing of that last one, major.
Heidemann trying to get it to Pham. They're going to get a kick ball called. 91 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. An 11-point lead for New York. Johnson connects from distance, and the Storm are still alive. Stewart attacking, wanted the whistle, doesn't get it. Seattle can push. Johnson attacking, gets right down Main Street, misses it, gets the loose ball. Inside to Malunga, but it's deflected by Astier.
Liberty just got lucky there, right? Seattle needed a quick bucket, and they got, I mean, Flage got right into the rim quickly, just missed the layup. Probably those possessions are the ones you watch on film and go, come on.
Off the inbound, here's Malunga. Off the window, goes high. She's up to 31, the second most in a game in her career. 37 is her career mark. The Liberty can play keep away. And there's the foul by Seattle. And that was foul to give, so it allows them to stop. And if you're tuning in for the Sparks in the Sky, that game will start with a 9:13 tip-off on our sister station on CNBC. Kate Scott, Sarah Kustok have the call from Wintrust Arena. And our viewers on USA will join that game as soon as this one is concluded. But we still have 33.3 to play, and it's an 88-82 Liberty lead as Ionescu will step to the line.
Well, in Seattle, obviously extending this game right here. You get a look at Katie Lee back on the bench there with her team. So if they can score quickly, you're never going to just give up on these games.
Right.
The approach for these two teams is so different, right? I mean, New York wants to, they have to win by any means necessary. They've got to win basketball games. As Sonia Rahman said this morning, we're not going to stunt development by putting players in a box just to win a game right now. This is about the future.
Timeout for Seattle as they trail 90-82.